What's good, everybody? God bless you, bless you, God bless you. Listen, I want to make sure that everything is coming across clearly and everything is coming across good. And so, y'all just let us know you are online with me and Jacob. And so, what I'm thinking about doing is right now, I want to make sure that we come through clear. I don't think we're coming through clear. So, we can ready to move this background and just keep the green screen because I don't think the camera is working the way that I want it to work. And so let me see if I can make this better. So let me see if I can turn this virtual background off. Yeah, go ahead and remove it. Just, yeah, see if you can slide it over. So y'all bear with us. We're just gonna move this green screen out the way, y'all. I think I know what I need to do is my wife is gonna move this green screen out the way, y'all. So y'all bear with us. Yeah. I'm fat, y'all. Listen, she said I'm scratching the wall and she breaking the lights. But listen, we're good now. Jacob looking like, oh my God, what is going on? So we're good now, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in here. Just want to make sure that everything is good. All right. So we took the green screen away. Want to make sure that that's gone. Let's see. So everything should be good to go now. All right. All right. All right. So y'all do me a favor. Go ahead, comment, like, share. Comment, like, share. Let us know that you want to. Tonight, I want y'all to encourage Jacob on tonight. So we should be good now. Yeah. All right. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to probably get me another computer that's got a little bit more space and RAM to be able to run the green screen the way I want to run it. So, all right, you guys. So listen, welcome, 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 welcome. Let me see. This should be public, but let me see if I can go through here right quick and edit this privacy. Make it public. Boom. I am changing the audience. So now, there we go. So I need everybody to do me a favor. Go ahead, comment, like, and share. There's actually a little button on here as well where you can send some stars and you can help us reach our goal with stars. So we just need y'all to be in encouragement to Jacob on tonight. So tonight we are going to be dealing with living autistic. Welcome to Living Autistic. This is a story of a teenager with autism. So listen, y'all, Jacob actually was the one who came to me and said, hey, Dad, will you do a Facebook Live with me? I said, yeah, sure, what we want to talk about? He said, I want to talk about my disability. So when he said he wanted to talk about his disability, I said, okay, so what do you want to talk about concerning your disability? He said, well, I got a story. He said, I think that the people need to hear my story. He said, the people need to hear my story because I got something I need to say. Okay. I said, well, we can do that. But of course, his nana and his mother got kind of nervous because Jacob can somewhat be very strong and blunt um, with his wording. He's very honest, and one of the things of it is this: we taught all of our children to be very honest and vocal when it comes down to their opinions and things that we talk about. So if anybody know us and know my wife and know our children, even with our grandchildren, anybody that know us know that we taught our children how to talk to us about anything, any and everything. I'm telling you, we just that type of parents to where we blessed our children to be able to have that relationship with us and talk to us to the point to where I tell you what, I mean, our oldest son, Mikey, I mean, literally, he just comes to us and say, hey, Dad, I just had sex. Can you look at this? And he just dropped his hand, you know, so we had, we had that we have that type of relationship with our children because I'm a firm believer that, you know, those kind of conversations and things that parents need to be talking to their children about, you should not leave it up to the school system. You should not leave it up to the next door neighbors. You should not leave it up to your friends, mentors, whoever. Those are the kind of conversations that you need to have with your children. So even with Jacob, we talk about stuff, you know, because now he's a teenager and he's Autistic. So do me a favor, go ahead, comment, like, share, encourage Jacob on tonight. Let's see who's on here. Uh, hey Jacob. Oh, so you got Nikisha. She's saying hey to you. So we're coming from a couple of platforms. We're actually coming from our platform of my personal page, from Rima Prophetic Ministry page, and we are actually YouTube live right now too. So if I don't see your name, it's just that I can't monitor all three platforms at the same time. But what we can do is somewhat see comments. Yeah, Nikisha, yeah, we are very. Jacob is unfiltered. I'm very. We all on. But Jacob is very, very, very unfiltered, and he be so serious. And so sometimes, in that, people can take Jacob the wrong way because of his truthfulness. If you don't want to know the truth, then don't ask Jacob. That's it, Minister Laquanda. This is Jesse's. He said Jesse was his best friend, and he's grown up. So y'all know me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give Jacob opportunity because this is his live. This is his live, and and let me tell y'all something real quick. Where did it go? Uh, where is so? I told Jacob that we was going to do this. So Jacob literally took the time and he wrote out a script. He said we we're going to be no more than 30 minutes. And then when he got to telling me what he wanted to talk, what he wanted to talk about, I didn't make no suggestions. This is what he said he wanted to talk about. He made out his own script, y'all. Look at that. He wrote down one, two, three, four, five, his own segments with the little pictures and how long we're going to talk about it. And he described what his pictures was about and what he was going to talk about. I said, okay, that's cool. So the first part of where we at right now tonight, he said he wanted to talk about the introduction. So we're going to do that first. So, all right, Jacob, go ahead, introduce. Go ahead, Jacob, and introduce yourself. If my wife will let us do our live. Go ahead, Jacob. You can introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I have autism,
Is all you want to say?
and I'm 14 years old, and I'm in high school.
14 years old, in high school, have autism, and he has a friend who just happens to be a girl.
My girlfriend.
He's a friend that happens to be a girl. But he said girlfriend, it's what he wants to say. But I keep telling him, we're gonna have to think about that one. We're gonna have to discuss that. But so what we want to do is real quick. Um, so we on live tonight with Jacob. Jacob has autism, and in autism, Jacob is a highly functioning autistic, and it took them a long time before they even knew what to diagnose Jacob with, because even through elementary school, the time he was born, through elementary school, we knew that there was some delay because of his speech and talk and Jake was my dude, and so not being able to read and write, so they diagnosed him as being developmentally delayed audio processing disorder. So he done been through a whole lot of diagnosis before. I think he was in the seventh grade sixth grade. He was in the sixth grade when they finally got the diagnosis right, to the point to where they diagnosed him with autism, and that's the reason why he was not able to um, process a lot of things. And so, in my opinion, and because if they was able to diagnose him correctly at a younger age, I do believe that Jacob will be further than where he is now. But Jacob is highly intelligent, y'all. I mean, this dude be telling me stuff that I don't even know stuff about. I mean, who knows stuff about Russia and China and army men's and military bases and all of this stuff about it. This dude made Jacob, and I wish I had him. Jacob, about at the age of 7 or 8. Can I need all the Facebook, please. Could you tell my wife to let me do this? Thank you. If I get ages wrong, it's okay. Anyway, Jacob wanted notebook paper. We didn't know why he wanted notebook paper, but this dude made
Shotgun.
a shotgun out of notebook paper with moving parts and with paper bullets out of notebook paper. And so we'll be looking for our shoe boxes and all this other kind of stuff. Jacob would take our shoe boxes and make 14. And even today, he came to me just day before yesterday, and this dude took his Christmas box from his guitar and made a whole sword with the shaft and everything on it. He made body armor out of boxes. So I mean, Jacob is, even though he has autism, Jacob is very, very, very intelligent. And so I like what they say about autism now. They say that autism is not a disability, it's just a different ability. And that's what it is. Autism, they see things differently. They comprehend what they see and what they feel, but relaying what they see and what they feel and what they're thinking becomes the hardest process. And if you're not somewhat familiar with autism, you would think that they're trying to be smart. You would think that they're trying to be disruptive or disobedient. You would think that they're playing or joking, but you literally have to take the moment to sit down and listen to what they're saying and what they're talking about when it comes down to uh, autism. So, just real quick, because Jacob also gave me a list of what he said he wanted to talk about.
I did.
He did. And so he said the first thing he wants to do is he wants to educate the people on what autism is. And so, in that, I want to show y'all real quick just a video about autism. And in this, it's going to give you a little bit of uh, information about what autism is. So y'all do me a favor, just watch this video real quick. It's not even long, maybe a minute and a half, and it'll give you a little bit more detail and insight on what autism is.
Disorder, or ASD, is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects a person's social and communication abilities. Persons with ASD also have areas of strong interest and sometimes have repetitive behavior and sensory sensitivity. Autism is sometimes associated with strengths in the areas of visual memory, music, art, math, and science. But each person with ASD is unique. Autism is a spectrum disorder and varies significantly from person to person. Some people with ASD may require significant support in their daily lives, while others may need less support, and some live entirely independently. Changes in brain development associated with autism begin during the prenatal period. These changes are associated with differences in genetics. It is possible to diagnose ASD when a child is between 18 and 24 months of age. Early behavioral intervention helps children with autism learn to communicate and socially interact and has a significant impact on long-term outcomes. Support for learning social and communication skills can be helpful throughout adolescence and adulthood. People with autism sometimes have other conditions, such as higher rates of sleep disorders, ADHD, anxiety, depression, and gastrointestinal issues. Treating these co-occurring conditions can make a big difference. As adults, people on the autism spectrum can become employed and contribute in important ways to society. The world is a better place if the qualities of people who are neurodiverse are accepted and valued. The Center for Autism and Brain Development provides state-of-the-art interdisciplinary clinical care, conducts cutting-edge research, and trains the next generation of scientists, and advocates for public policies to help ensure people with autism reach their full potential.
All right, guys. So as you can see, that is what autism is. And so if we would have known a little earlier, because a lot of those things what Jacob was actually displaying at an early age, Jacob can see something and remember it and duplicate it in his mind. But Jacob always had a passion about drawing, art, and things like that. Um, so this is what he wants to do. He wants to tell you a little bit about what autism is. So I'm going to step back. I'm just going to be like moderating this thing, and I'm going to let Jacob talk to you all so that y'all can hear the point of view from Jacob and understand what he is saying. So do me a favor, go ahead, comment, like, share. Share this. This is very important. Share this. Encourage Jacob to make. And by sharing this with everybody that you possibly can on your Facebook. And so if this can also be a help and assistance to other people, this is the reason why we're here. All right. So we're going to segment number one. What is autism? That's why we want to show you that little video. So my question to Jacob is, what is autism to you?
For me, it's like a kind of like a disability, I guess we can call it. Something like kind of skills you're learning. That's what it is to me.
So it's a developmental delay in learning. And so I really think it's very important that when you have children with disabilities or a different ability, because with Jacob, I don't think it's a disability because really you can kind of do whatever you want to do that you put your mind to. And I think that if you think hard enough about it, because you're very smart, you know how to manipulate the nana, the me and mama. Uh-huh. You know right from wrong. Hmm. So Jacob, tell me you told us what autism is to you. Um, in all transparency and all honesty, um, tell me what or how do being autistic or having autism, how does it make you feel?
Well, really, I guess it's more like a little bit of being alone. I kind of guess.
It make you feel lonely, so it make you feel like isolated in the world by yourself.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because it's hard to make friends for me. It's hard to make friends.
And which is one of the things that they said that is a part of being autistic because Jacob can be. I think you somewhat done accepted it a little bit to the point to where you know how to adapt to it and cause it to adapt to you. Because you'll tell people in a minute. Talk to me a little bit about your social life. What is this? What is it called to your social life? What do you tell us all the time when we talk to you about meeting new people or going out to see people?
The first thing I talk about is like, yeah, dang. It is. Like the second thing is like me talking about like facts about stuff or whatever.
And so that kind of make you feel like you're just not sociable.
You know. Well,
We take Jacob to with us sometimes, and people be talking to him. And they be like, "Hey, Jacob, we try to start a conversation." The first thing Jacob's like, "Hey," and then they'll be like, "Hey, Jacob," and I'll never forget the first time that somebody told me, "Say, oh, Jacob, we love you." We like, okay, and so we get in the car, and Jacob says, uh, "That was weird." So when it comes down to a social life, having friends, what makes it difficult for you?
well, it's not like I never really thought about it, but I guess like feeling I can't try because like I'm just different. I guess.
So you think that what interests you don't interest other people?
Well, not that. It's like hard. I just get really nervous trying to talk to other people. So but it is that too, I guess.
I remember one time I asked you because I asked you a lot all the time. So like when it comes down to your disability, you having not having friends or trying to make friends or whatever the case may be. But has there ever been a moment where you feel like that your disability may put you in a position where people make fun of you or don't want to be around you? How do you deal with that?
How to deal with it?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know how to deal with that.
And that's the truth because you know what, Jacob, you've always been alone. You knew since Jacob was able to walk, you've always been the type of person that you knew how to entertain yourself. So you really didn't have to have people around you for you to be interested in entertaining yourself. I mean, you would go outside as a kid and just Even right now, you'll go outside and be by yourself. Other kids be over doing something else, and you be over making forts out of bushes and trees and sticks, and you know. So, um, you know what? And let's deal with that for a moment, because daycare was a struggle for you,
I don't like to go to sleep. When I was in daycare, they'll make us go to sleep. And I'll just be in there.
which is
So
what,
I'll just be laying there like eyes open. Like I'm not. I want to go to sleep. Like what are we doing?
which is one of the signs of being autistic. It just talked about sleep deprivation. So, even right now, Jacob, you hate to go to bed. Even right now, you hate to go to sleep. You really hate to go to sleep, and that's part of it. You know, 'cause we'll tell Jacob his bedtime, like, all right, okay, good night,
That is not true. Do not listen to this man.
love you. I'm like, Jacob, you're gonna say, love you.
That is almost he is crazy.
And Jacob would just sit there and just lay in his bed. So, all right. So, moving on, real
Moving on
quick.
to the next one.
So that's how autism makes you feel. So, but let's talk a little bit, because you said something to me that really was good. If you wanted to tell people about being autistic, being different, you said it's not a bad thing. But the older that you have become, uh, let's talk about some of the things that you have accomplished. What are some of the challenges that you was telling me that you personally had to overcome, and that you find yourself excel? I guess it was things that you found out that you like, and then you really start becoming good in it. What are some of the accomplishments? I know some. I'm gonna bring up. But what are some that you feel like you
That's just like me, like doing mixed martial, like doing taekwondo was like a accomplishment for me. I always wanted to like do like boxing or karate, whatever. I always wanted to do that, and me actually getting to do that was actually good for me. And I'm almost like a yellow belt. So I'm really happy about that.
like. And I can honestly say that you really be pushing yourself to try to get to where you need to get to. So yes, he is almost a yellow belt in karate, and so he's been doing karate since probably June. Since we've been here, probably since June, and so he really likes it, and he's really excelling in it. Um, but one thing I want to talk about, though, is talk about when you was in Knoxville. How were you in school when you was in elementary and middle school? It was a struggle for you. It was a real bad struggle for you.
It was hard. Like I had friends for a little bit, like for a couple of years, like maybe the third or like fourth grade. I think it was. Like I had friends like the first, the second, the third. I think it was like the fourth or fifth grade. I just didn't have any friends.
So what happened with, like, even with your academics doing schoolwork? How was that?
I don't know. To me, I didn't like school, so I wouldn't really try to do anything. So that didn't really help. That didn't help me in the long run either. I wish I would have done more and worked harder.
But it was difficult. But here's the thing, though. This is where the testimony comes in at. Because Jacob struggled in elementary school, he struggled in middle school, and he was in middle school for maybe a few weeks, I guess, when we came to South Carolina, and he was going to high school.
I was there.
Now, high school is a totally different story. So, what do you feel like is different about high school, and middle school, and elementary school?
The difference is like I seen like 6 foot dudes with beards. Oh, how are you? Why are you still in school? Why are you not in the NBA?
These 6 foot dudes with beards. He's how old are you, and why you not there? So, but here's the good thing, though. This is what I like about it, because I think that your atmosphere changed, and we went to your eighth grade graduation,
Yeah,
and in his eighth grade graduation, because he did most of his eighth grade year here. I think it was optimistic. But anyway, in the short time that he was here, you excelled and got the most achievement award, if I'm not mistaken, the most improved.
I did. I had some horrific grades in one of my classes. Actually, somehow improved way better.
And you did.
I think I was gonna get anything. I'm
Jake,
like, when the last one, like most improved, I'm like, maybe. What? I actually got an award?
you got 2 awards.
I'm like,
And getting 2 awards, what did that do to your confidence being autistic?
I was like, I felt good about it, but I didn't know how to slow down. I'm like, that's great.
But you was excited.
I was.
He was so excited to the point where he made me go to Walmart and buy frames.
I did.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So he could put his awards in frame. He got his certificates from Taekwondo. I had to buy frames. So, and we love pushing him in there to let him know that in spite of your different abilities, you can still excel. So Jacob got most improved in the 8th grade here in South Carolina. Then he went to high school, and when he went to high school, after his first week, Retribution. I remember the movie Norbit. Retribution came to him and said, "You're gonna be my boyfriend." He's like, "Yes, ma'am."
Dang.
But anyway, so we come home and Jacob done found some little girl that. Oh yeah, she found
She
him.
found me.
Oh, she found you.
Yeah. First day of school.
Also, the first day of school, she found you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, how'd that make you feel?
Like I'm a winner.
Oh,
A winner.
so she found you, made you feel like a winner.
Yes.
And I keep telling him that's his friend who happens to be a girl.
I wanted to go home. I went like, man, why am I be at home? And when she found me, I want to go to school every day. I'm like, school.
He is absolutely telling the truth. Jacob used to hate going to school. Getting up in the mornings, getting ready to get him to school was a struggle. Now Jacob is up, ready to go, showered, dressed, deodorant, cologne. He in high school, and for whatever reason, he found a good interest in school, and I think it's the work in the academics, the teachers. But
It's what that said. That guy, wow.
but at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, we actually got a letter or something from.
On honor roll.
That's right.
Yes, I actually got honor roll.
Jacob Autistic, okay, and made honor roll in his class. And this is something that he never done in elementary, never done in middle school. He hated elementary. He hated middle school. And actually, when we first came to South Carolina, he hated that we moved to South Carolina. But when he got in school, it just like something just changed. And so it was really, really, really good. So now Jacob is in high school. He's autistic. He's doing karate, and he has a little female friend
My girlfriend.
that he called. We let him call her, and the little girl gave his dad's phone, and we try to teach Jacob how to be. He's very respectful. Jacob's a very respectful. He called, and her dad answered the phone, and he said, "Hi, this is Jacob, and I want to talk to your daughter." I was like,
I have your daughter. Oh yes.
but here's the thing though. Catch this. He came home and he talked about her and who she was, and he said, "We just alike." He said, "We got."
We basically are.
He
Yes.
said,
I have autism. He has autism. I don't know.
so well, yeah. So we ain't gonna disclose nobody else's medical history on Facebook Live. That's good, Jacob. You learned. So all right. So moving on. So those are some of the accomplishments that you have overcame. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, so we asked y'all about this. So yeah, Jacob actually, because I told them that we couldn't have no pets, no dogs like that. So what did you do, Jacob, when you came out about this? Is how smart he is, y'all. That he wanted to present something to me, but before he presented the question to me, he wanted to build his case and have proof. What did you do?
It was like, Dad, have some evidence of some dogs. I heard Six is a really good dog business. But they're really good dogs, and they're really good people. Or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I remember. I said there's this. I saw this on the video. There's a study of dogs helping people with autism. I'm like, God, look at this information thing. This is these people.
And so he was like, so this will help my mental health if you get me a dog.
I'm like,
So how you going to use your disability to get what you want? Tell me. See, he's smart. I'm telling y'all. So he got my sister-in-law, Darlene and Raymond. They have Yorkie. It's a Yorkie. It's a Yorkie. And so every time when we was in Knoxville, he'd go back. Jacob would do nothing with nobody but play with the dog.
The dog hates him.
He said, but that dog hates him. But he would do nothing but play with the dog. So he went and found evidence that having a small, sociable, friendly dog will help children with disabilities and autism with their social skills. I'm like, wow. So now he done talked me into the fact that when we move and we get a house, he even brought me a bunch of pictures and how much dogs cost. So
I did? Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, you did do that. And so we had to make a promise that he will be able to get him a dog.
We need to move right now. I need that dog.
But you're gonna have to be the one to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning to take the dog for the potty work.
About that.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing on Jacob's list that he wanted to talk about, those was his accomplishments and things that he has accomplished. Because he said he wanted to let people know that you can have a disability, but you still can accomplish anything. And this was another advancement of it, because Jacob, every time you would ask Jacob to come and take a picture or ask Jacob to get on a video, Jacob would shy away. He would not get on the video. He would not do nothing like that. And for him to want to come and do this, that's a great accomplishment.
I would be doing this.
He ain't been still. He's been himself. Leave him alone. I thought this is Jacob live. He can be who he wants to be and how he needs to be it. All right. So listen. While we're moving on, we got two more things we're going to talk about. Y'all comment, like, share. Jacob is enjoying your comments, even though right now, me and Jacob got a pack. So if there's anybody out here that know any kind of resources, we are open to this. Any kind of resources to help children with autism will learn. Because I tell Jacob this, we got a bet. What was our bet?
Okay, this is the bet. My dad give me $200 or get me a camera if I can learn how to read in a month, and you let me learn Japanese so I can watch all the shows I want in Japanese.
Yeah, so he's wanting to learn Japanese, but he's wanting to learn how to read because he's autistic. He's 14 years old. He's developmentally delayed, and so he knows how to write. He knows his numbers and things like that. So there's still stuff that he's learning that he should have learned in the 4th and 5th grade that a normal child would learn, but because he learned differently, he is different. He learns differently, and so we've been trying to find different techniques to get him to learn. I had to teach him how to spell his name. Yeah. And how, you remember how I told you how to spell your name? Yeah. So when he was small, to teach him how to spell his name, I had to do it in a little beat. So he recognized the beat and the letters, and I used to go J-A-C-O-B, J-A-C-O-B. And he picked it up, and that's how he learned how to spell his name. And so he's learning differently, and but he's learning. So we got to bet that if we go ahead and learn how to read, because as a parent or grandparent, I tell him, we don't know how long we're going to live to be here. And so one of the things that I tell him is this. Okay, I need focus. I need focus. One of the things that I tell him is that I don't want to leave here and not know that he can somewhat be able to take care of himself without people taking advantage of him. And reading is one of that. So one of the things that we're working on right now is learning how to read. So
Remember when they start that out?
you was going to start it already.
That doesn't count.
So so I'm looking for some stuff that we could probably put on his phone. He has an iPhone, so we could probably any kind of app that we can put on his phone. They can help him sound out letters, sound out words, to help him read. Because now he's talking about how old will you be in March?
15.
Jacob will be 15 years old in March. That's right. And now he's talking about driving.
Yes, I can get my learner's permit, and I can still drive for a licensed driver.
But to get the learning permit, you got to learn how to read. Mm-hmm. So that's another incentive to learn how to read. Yeah. All right. So I need y'all to do me a favor. Encourage Jacob and let Jacob know. Tell him you can do it. Tell him you can do it. You can do it. J-A-C-O-B. J-A-C-O-B. So Jacob is also very highly interested in music. He makes beats and songs on an app. So he's very, very artistic. He's autistic but artistic. So got an interest in learning the guitar. I'm just trying to get him to stay focused on one thing and perfect that thing and then move on to something else. But that's just part of it. All right. See, everybody saying you can do it. See?
You can do it. Get it head off.
See, Miss LaQuanda said she took Japanese in the 8th grade. She said, Jabbar, you can do it. He can do it. No, he ain't getting no dog right now, darling. All right. So we get ready to wrap it up. We got 2 more things that he want to talk to y'all about. Then he got something else that he's going to say, and we're going to let you go. So he said he wanted to let you know why autism is not a bad thing. Why it's not bad.
Okay, the reason it isn't bad because it's like it's not a good thing to have it, but it isn't the worst thing you could have. At least you're still alive and breathing. So yeah,
That's right. That's what he told me. He said autism is really not a bad thing to have. He said because it's just something that you learn to deal with and don't let it deal with you. And I said, oh. And he said, so it's not a bad thing to have. And so this is one of the reasons why he wanted to come on here and just encourage people that no matter what your different ability may be, you can still live life. Right?
Yeah.
You can still live life. You can still do the things that you desire to do, and you can do anything if you do what? Work hard for it. And that's what he told me. He said, listen, he said, Dad, he said, what I got now, he said, I realized that I just have to work hard for it. And even with karate, you found out something that you love in karate and taekwondo and mixed martial arts. I'm telling him he can't be no
MMA.
He can't be no MMA fight for because I told him that that's too much getting hit in the head and
I'm okay with that.
So you said that you wanted to do something else. And let's get to this. Because let me tell you something. The reason why Jacob's thinking about what he want to do now in life is because somebody asked you a question. And he came home and wanted us to write down and do research on what it costs for people to make a certain amount of money. And we found out why. You ain't froze. What was the question that your friend who happened to be a girl, daddy, asked you?
Oh, they were just talking. He was like wondering about what to do and stuff. So I just put it down and gave it to him.
So he said, what is your goals in life?
No, she was just asking me what my goals were.
So what are your goals?
Well, I want to be a fighter in the UFC. I want to be a fighter. I want to do MMA, like I can do boxing right around. But and I want to be a family healthcare doctor. because that's been fun too. That's been my side job. Help me with my career, and I want to do some fun, and I want to be maybe if anything else I want to do some soccer. I want to be in the World Cup. So, yeah.
And you remember you played soccer. Jacob done played soccer and did good and was good at soccer. He said he wanted to be a
Healthcare doctor.
family healthcare doctor. But he said he wants that to be his secondary job.
That's my side job.
That's gonna be his side job.
I didn't want to be a surgeon because it's like I just wanted to give medicine and find like diagnose people. I'm not that's something or a veterinarian. So, yeah, it's really it.
So that's his goal. And I tell him that he can do whatever he wants to do if he put his mind to it. Never stop excelling. And all right, y'all. So that's the reason why he said that autism is not bad to have. And so he wanted to come on here and tell his stories so people to understand him from his perspective, and that you can better understand people with disabilities. Parents, teach your children how to be nice to kids that are different than they are. Teach your children how to be nice. Teach your children how to be considerate. I can honestly say that Jacob is one of the most respectful. See what I'm talking about? He is respectful. Jacob is respectful. He's very loving. He's very kind. And Jacob knows if he do something wrong, he will. He'll come back around and apologize and recognize what he done. But uh, some things gets on his mama nerves and his nana nerves. And I keep telling him, you can't get mad at somebody for having something that he got from you. Because Jacob will. He loves to. Remember that Jacob used to tell him to touch you. You say, I want to touch your squishy, squishy.
Yeah.
So even in that, and so little things like that, I love Jacob. But he'll tell you, I love you all day long and mean it. And he will call your name and say, I love you. You answer him back. I don't care who you are with. Daddy, I love you. Dad, I love you. Dad, I love you. So he keep doing it until you answer him back. So it's little things like that that make loving him easy. And so sometimes it does get to me. It gets me to a place to where I get emotional sometimes because if anybody knows if I can protect him, I protect him, but I can protect him for life. And so we want him to learn on his own on how to deal with autism and don't let autism deal with him. So, anything else you want to share with him, Jacob?
Yes, we're thinking about making a YouTube channel. We might be doing it once a week. It's gonna be fun to do.
So,
Oh, and if you have any questions about autism or anything, we might put that in your next segment.
so now there you have it from the horse's mouth. He says, so if there's anything that you want to know from his perspective about autism, he said you can ask him in the comments, and he's going to answer this on his YouTube channel. So evidently, from this point forward, that we are getting ready to have a living autistic, a story of a teenager with autism YouTube channel. Because believe it or not, there are other people who is like Jacob, and there are other people who have children who is in the same position and in the same condition that Jacob is in. And I think it's very, very, very phenomenal. And I am beyond proud of Jacob Jabari Tate Holloway. So, oh, and in that, many of y'all know that we have had guardianship of Jacob since Jacob was 2 years old, and so 2 years ago, no, but for his 12th birthday, um, it was
13.
your 13th birthday. Yeah, when he turned 13, Jacob came to us and he said that he wanted us to adopt him, and we would explain to him that he had to talk to his mother, this and the other, and his father, and he went to them and he talked to them, and so we went through the process of adopting Jacob, and Jacob said that the only way it could happen is that his name be Jacob Jabari Tate Holloway.
I'm not really not laughing.
He said because he did not want to lose Tate as his last name, and so we respected that and went through the process. And so his last name is now Tate
Jacob?
Holloway.
Anyway, hyphen.
Holloway.
Yeah.
And so what that did was now have us in a position where we're trying to teach him how to spell Holloway. If y'all knew the struggle of trying to get him to teach him how to spell Tate, now we're trying to teach him how to spell Holloway. But what did you tell me when you was learning it? You said, I am going to do it and work on it. And you know how to spell it now. You got it. You did. But anyway, so Jacob said, if there's any questions that you have from your granny fish, we love you, Jacob. No,
I
Holloway.
love you too, Grandma.
And so, yeah, Jacob is a character. I'm loving this. I am really loving seeing him grow into the young man that he's in, that he's growing into. So I think Jacob is going to be all right. I think Jacob is going to be good in what he does. And so, listen, we get ready to hop off of here. Uh, anything else you want to tell people?
Yes, I would like to tell them, yes, and
You want to thank them for watching?
thank you for watching this video, and make sure to share this with billions of people.
He said, share this with billions of people because his goal is to make sure that he encourages somebody that's just like that. All right. So
Have a
listen.
good day.
So we'll be back. I guess we're going to be working on the YouTube channel. So y'all just look forward to it. And when you see Jacob, just make sure you tell him, well done. I'm proud of him. Amen. All right. Are you sure that's it, Jacob?
Wait. Well, make sure to like this too. Like,
All right.
like this here.
So look right there in that camera and give somebody who may be going through a hard time right now, maybe because they're sick, or maybe because they lost somebody that they love who died, or maybe because they got a disability. So for somebody who deals with it, what would you say to them to encourage them, to strengthen them? Look right there in the camera. Tell them.
Don't give up. There's a long road ahead.
And that's it. Yeah. All right. Tell them, say to the next time.
Next time. See you next time.